What hello people on the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video it's actually going to be a quite different kind of video, and so if you're subscribed to me to see stuff about books and everything, this video obviously is not going to be about that, so you can just click off if you don't want to hear my thoughts or anything about this. But I asked you guys on Twitter if you would be interested in seeing a video like this from me, and a couple of you guys replied back saying yes, and so I thought I would make it, and if it can help anyone then great. Now before I start this video, I just want to point out that my mental illness or like anxiety or anything never got so bad to a stage where I needed to seek help from a doctor or anything. So I'm throwing that out there, that it's not, my experience with it has never been that bad, and I know people who have had it way worse than me, and I know I could have had it a lot worse. So this video basically is just going to be about me dealing with my anxiety and being introverted. So I don't really know where to start for this, and I haven't really scripted this, so I'm really sorry in advance if this is kind of all over the place, but that's just my life. So yeah, where do I start? So I think the first thing that I should describe to people is what an introverted person actually means. So introverted is obviously the opposite of an extroverted person. Introverted means they're kind of like, you're unsociable, you kind of like to have time to be alone. You're not like really one of those people that likes to socialize a lot, and there's always people in your friend group that are like the complete opposite of you, and they constantly like to be around people. But then like I'm just the opposite, and I like having my time alone. I don't mind if I don't go out and socialize. I don't really know how to explain this correctly, but it's just basically like you're not as outgoing, or you just, it doesn't bother you that much. So yeah, obviously I have loads of people in my family and just in my friends group that are the complete opposite of this, and I'm really glad that I have those people in my life because it just helps me deal with me being introverted. And the thing about me being introverted, I've said that word so many times now, I am so sorry for that. Anyways, the thing about me being introverted is the fact that I might think about socializing or just overthink it so much, and when I'm actually doing it, or I'm actually gone out and doing whatever social event I'm doing, I really enjoy myself, like, and I don't regret it. I'm just really happy that I finally did it or something. But yeah, my introvertedness, or that's not even a word, but me being introverted has gotten a lot better ever since I came out. So as you guys know, I came out as gay like almost 6 months ago now, I believe. And yeah, I came out as gay, and that was one main reason why I was so introverted and why I dealt with so much social anxiety. But I'll get into that when I'm talking about my anxiety part. But like ever since I came out, like I don't mind I go out so much more now than I would have before I came out. So that part of my life really affected me being introverted, and it made me so much more outgoing. It made me socialize more. I still am, even if like everyone of my friends and like my family, they can all see it that like I have changed, and it makes me really happy to know that I'm finally, you know, trying to get out of that. I don't think I ever will fully be introverted. Like I feel like that will always be with me for a bit, but I think I'm dealing with it a lot better, and I'm just getting better and better. And honestly, for being introverted, the best thing to do is just don't do anything that you're really uncomfortable with. Like don't go socializing or do something that you really don't want to do. If it's just something you're kind of like, I don't know, then you can kind of push yourself and make yourself go. But if it's something that you just know straight away you definitely 100% don't want to do, then do not force yourself to do it. That's the only advice I can give, is just do not force yourself to do it, because that just makes it so much worse. You'll hate every minute of being out, like being out socializing, whatever you're doing. You'll just hate every minute of it, and it doesn't help your mental health. Like you're just gonna affect yourself even more. So just, if you do not want to do it, just say no. Like if your friends are good friends, like I have such good friends, they all know like if I don't want to do something, I just won't do it. And sometimes if they know I'm hesitant, they will push me, and I'm glad that they do push me, because when I do actually go do it, then I'm really happy. So they know my boundaries. That's just a really good thing about who I surround myself with. That's kind of another thing, a bit of advice I can give, is just surround yourself with good people and people that understand. Like I've never actually said it to people like I'm really introverted. Like they just know. It's kind of something you just know, kind of thing. So just surround yourself with good people that understand your boundaries and when not to like force you to do something that you do not want to do. Like most people will, so it's not really that big of a problem, but there is people that just don't get it, so what are you gonna do? The introverted part of this whole video is kind of the short part, because that's not really like the big part. My anxiety is more the part that was a lot more effective in my life. So the introvert I just wanted to talk about because it kind of plays into my anxiety a little bit. So I just wanted to like say that and give some advice on introverted first, which I have done hopefully. And now I'm going to talk about my anxieties. So I first started experiencing my anxiety and stuff like that when I finished my Leaving Cert exam. So if you guys don't know or aren't familiar with the Irish school curriculum, you basically, when you're in high school, you do an exam at the very last year and you get like results or points, and this kind of like helps you get into college. You have to do so well to get into your certain courses, like you need a certain amount of points. Basically, I did my Leaving Cert exam. I wanted to do media studies in Maynooth, which is actually the college I'm currently in. So I'm in the college I want now anyways. But anyways, I wanted to do media studies just because I thought I wanted to do like journalism and all that kind of stuff and just filming kind of thing, because I was just starting off on YouTube and I was getting really into it. I had media studies as my first choice for Maynooth, and that was like 460 points, and in my Leaving Cert I got 395. So obviously I didn't get as much as I wanted to, so I was really, really sad about that. And I just like worked myself up so much over it, and like in the end of the day I'm where I want to be right now in college, so I don't know why I got myself so worked up over it. Because I didn't get as much points as I wanted to, I got offered a place in a college in Galway doing film and documentary, which was kind of still to do with the media studies kind of aspect, but it was just more filming and, you know, documentary. And so I accepted this course just because I was like, because I worked myself up so much that I was just like, I need to go to college. And so I accepted the course I got offered, not really looking into it, and I just accepted it and went. Basically, I moved to college, moved to Galway, went to college for like 6 weeks, and then I just realised this was not for me. I absolutely hated every bit of it, and my anxiety, my introvertedness came out so much, because at the time obviously I was a closeted gay man as well, so that just didn't help. And I was living with two other guys, two roommates, which I really like. They were such good guys, like I loved them. They were great fun, great crack and everything. But at this time also, this is when I started to develop extreme social anxiety. So this also played into my introvertedness, which I've had all my life really. I've just always been a shy person. When you're in college in first year, like everyone kind of knows, you go a bit crazy. So that's kind of what happened. I lived with like roommates who were up for that kind of stuff. And so I was kind of like, I had to go out nearly, not almost every night, but a lot of the nights in a week I would go out. Okay, my camera just died there, so I can't remember exactly where I was. But anyways, so yeah, this is when my social anxiety just really, really developed, because we'd be going out so much in college and I could never just be myself, because I was trying to keep the gay part of me, you know, hidden and always pushing it back so it would never come out. No pun intended, but you know what I mean. And yeah, so I would always push it down, and that's where social anxiety came, because I just never wanted to socialize, because I was always terrified. Oh my god, people are going to know I'm gay. Oh my god, I can't be myself on a night out and all this kind of stuff. So that's where my social anxiety started, when I was in college. And I obviously then dropped out because I didn't like my course, and also that part of like the social anxiety part was also just not good for my health, so I just removed myself from the situation. And it also, I just didn't like my course anyways, so it just made more sense just to leave and not stay when I clearly hated it. So I got myself out of the situation. And so then I kind of took like a gap year kind of thing. So I dropped out in like October, so I had until the next September before I would get offered where I am right now and the college I'm in right now. But so I had until October to like September basically as a gap year. So I took the year out. I worked basically any shift I could get in my job. I focused a lot on YouTube, and I grew my YouTube channel, and I'm glad I stuck at my YouTube channel during that year, because I made so many amazing friends and made so many good connections, and I'm just so happy that I stuck with YouTube during that year. So yeah, through that whole year, that's when I just got so kind of depressed and I just got really bad anxiety. I think because I had experienced what I experienced in Galway with the social anxiety, it just kind of carried over back into my life when I came home and started living at home again. I just couldn't go out on a night out, and I was constantly thinking, people think I'm gay. So I had such bad social anxiety. I would be dreading going like out for like a friend's birthday party. I remember so many of my friends were turning 18 that year of my gap year, and I was just always terrified to go out. Like the night before, I would work myself up, over analyze every single bit about what was going to happen. And the majority of the time, nothing bad did happen. But then there was times where on nights out I felt absolutely terrible because I just couldn't be myself while I was socializing, and that's what I mean. The social anxiety was just, it hit its peak. I remember like crying so much when I'd come home from a night out just because of how much I hated it. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Do not do something that you know is going to make you feel shit. Because I done it so many times. I went out on nights out, came home and just bawled my eyes out just because I absolutely hated it. I put myself in the most uncomfortable position. I just felt, I don't know how to explain it, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, you just know how horrible it feels, because you just can't express or be yourself. You're just constantly thinking what everyone's going to think about you. Oh, it was honestly the most horrible thing of my life. Like, I'm so glad I've kind of got over it, but I still have to this day that social anxiety kind of. And with this anxiety and kind of depression that I had for that whole year, I started developing really bad rashes. It's kind of something I still have today, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was then. Like, my legs used to be covered in rashes on the sides of my leg, on the back of my knee. I used to get it on my forehead. Like, it was just from over analyzing or thinking about everything. Like, I used to scratch so much because of my rash. Like, I'd be in bed and it was always the worst when I was in bed, because that's where you do all of your thinking. So I would constantly like just scratch, and I used to like wake up and my fingers would be all bloody. I know this is kind of disgusting, but it's just because I would scratch that much that I would push myself to that point. And it's honestly so sad to think about it now, because if I had just spoken and just said, listen, like, this is what's happening, like, my rash probably would have died off and gone. Like, it's just the anxiety thing. Like, I was constantly worried about what everyone thought of me. I would hate to go socializing just with any group of friends that I didn't know that well, and because I just couldn't be myself around people that I didn't know that well, so I'd always have to pretend to be someone I'm not. But anyone who is a really close friend to me, they get the real Kevin, and the real Kevin is the one that's on YouTube. He's the bubbly one. That's Kevin at his best, and that is the one that most people that I'm friends with, they get that Kevin. But if I'm not myself, or the way I am on camera in front of a person I know, it's because I just can't open up enough. And that's the social anxiety part of me and introverted part of me coming out again. Like, I just can't open up around certain people. I don't know what it is, but like, I kind of just get like a click and I can just be myself. But then at the back of my head, still I'm thinking they're judging me, they're doing this, they're doing that. And I swear to God, guys, it's not good to get yourself in that mind state. I hated it so much. And yeah, I had loads of people during that year. Like, I had my cousins. One of my cousins, Rachel, who might be watching this. Rachel was a really good person for me through that whole year, because I was the year ahead of all of my friends in school, because they all did like a year where you stay behind, like TY it's called, so it's like fourth year, but it's not a compulsory year in Irish schools, so you can skip it and move straight into your last 2 years, which is what I did. So most of my friends were the year behind me, so when I finished school, they were still in school doing their leaving cert. And so I really didn't have any friends during the week, or had no one to really talk to. And that's when depression just built up. I just got very lonely. And I had Rachel for all of that because something happened with her college and she was off for like most of the week as well. So we had each other. And then obviously last year in August, I finally I came out as being gay, and the social anxiety part of me has pretty much just gone. Like it's gone. It's not really existent anymore. I go out socializing with people that I have never met before, but I will always go with someone who obviously I'm like really good friends with, but then I meet all their friends who I've never met, and I connect because I can be myself now. This video has literally been all over the place. I don't even think I'm getting any messages across at all. All I can say is that literally anxiety and social anxiety, being introverted, it's the worst. I'm not gonna lie. It sucks. It's horrible. It's the worst. But all I can say is just speak to someone, because I wish I could have done that, but I was just too afraid to speak to anyone. And it's also just being the closeted gay thing just had a major impact on my anxiety and everything, so I just couldn't speak out to anyone. Okay, this video has literally been all over the place. I don't even think I'm stuck to a proper structure or anything. I don't even know where I've gone with this video. I don't even think I've said everything I needed to say. So I'm just going to end the video here. I'm going to try edit this in a way that it's kind of functional or makes sense in some way. Let me know down below if you have any questions about anything I discussed, or if you're dealing with this kind of stuff. You can always message me somewhere. My email is always in the description if you want to just email me there, which is more private, and I will be happy to talk to you. And other than that, I will see you all in my next video. So goodbye, guys.